Hello guys, Wahoo here, back in another video. This time around, we are doing some PTS patch note. Yes, we are doing patch notes once again. Alright guys, I just gotta pause myself. As you can see right here on the screen, the devs actually made sort of like a post, and I just wanted to mention this before we went into kind of what all the things is about, and just maybe you guys know what the reason is behind on all of this. So maybe you want to go back and pause it, or you just want to keep going, but that is at least the message that they put out there. And you can go back and pause it if you want to read it a little bit longer, but we are going back to the video right now. And now if I sound a little bit weird or my brain gets scattered talking about this, it's because I'm actually sick. I'm all cozied up, but I need to bring you guys this news. So if I mess up, don't blame I'm gonna blame it on the sickness, right? I'm pretty sure I am going to mess up more than I usually is going to do so. But basically, they're doing some improvements to the marketplace to discourage market flipping and cornering. And cornering basically means that they're like cornering a market, you're sitting on everything. And also, you know, discouraging market flipping. It's basically because there's no fee on Trove, right? So you can basically just, you know, keep manipulating the market in your advantage if you really want to do so. So I think this is really great. I don't think there is any other MMO. There's not like a listing price. I don't remember one at least, but now Trove also has one, and I think it's absolutely amazing because it also means that Flux is going to go up in price. Because it's going to be more valuable. That means that we might see actually some lowering of the credit pouches that has been very high. They might go down a little bit because again, Flux will be more valuable. You know, because Flux is not very valuable, then the prices of the credits is going to go way high up. So yeah, also actually that's a whole thing about like real life as well, you know, because it's real money, right? And if people have less money, then they're less likely to use money on the market, you know, in a video game, and then yeah, all that stuff. So it all actually comes together for a thing. It's not, if it's a bigger game that has a bigger impact, but it actually has some impact on the whole thing. But they're also, like I said, introducing some popular marketplace mods, so that eventually will also go to consoles. So that's very awesome. So basically there is being a tax now. First of all, it's only going to accept Flux now, which it basically have been doing for quite some time, but there is some old listings, and all those old listings are going to get claimed or be claimable, expire and claimed, and you're not going to take any loss by that. It's going to be what it is. But they are going to put the fee range from 100 Flux to 40,000 Flux. I should mention, of course, these patch notes are, of course, in the description if you want to check them out yourself. I'm also going to do some PTS stuff. Usually I do 2 videos of it, but I'm just going to implement some of it here. I'll make some timestamps and stuff like that. You guys can click to that one as well. I should have mentioned that in the beginning, but yeah, because I'm just going to show you the marketplace. That's it. That's basically it I'm going to show you. But usually I make 2 videos because there's more to show off, and I'm just going to do that in this video. But they have a range from 100 Flux to 40,000 Flux. So there is a cap on it. I don't know if the cap is equal to 50,000, but it is what the cap is. So that's very nice. You can't lose more than 40,000 on it. 40,000 is still much, but the point is that how it works is that if you take it off, if it doesn't get sold, you take it off the marketplace, right? You're going to lose that Flux that you put it up for. But if it gets sold, you get that Flux back. So if you put it up for 40,000, you're not going to make 40,000 extra. You're just going to keep your 40,000 basically. So I guess you kind of make it back because you can put it up and then pay the fee, and then if you took it off, you lost it. But yeah, it basically, if it gets sold, you get that fee back. But if you don't, then they'll take the fee, and yeah, basically just they're going to do that. But they do say that you should claim all your stuff off the marketplace before, you know, this whole thing goes live. If you have stuff that's on the marketplace, if you want to keep it, if you want to put it up for like the new prices and all that stuff, so you should claim it off because they will charge they will charge the thing like if you have a thing. Okay, all right. If you have a thing on the marketplace, right, and the update goes live, and you have that listed, it will you can still have it, you know, listed, but if you take it off that marketplace, you will have to pay the fee that's going to be between 100 and 40,000. But you can just leave it. You can leave it and hope that it gets sold. But if you take it off the marketplace after the update hits, you will have to pay a tax fee for taking it off the marketplace. So you should claim your stuff. But keep in mind that if you then leave it on, you know, if you leave it in your inventory until the update goes live, you have to pay the fee to put it on. But if it then gets sold, then you will, of course, get that flux back. So just keep that in mind, that you cannot avoid just because it's like, hey, I put everything on my marketplace before the update. You can do that, don't pay anything, but you won't get that. I'm pretty sure you won't get that fee that it would have cost, but could be. Maybe that's a way to duplicate some flux. Who knows? I don't know if you duplicate, but sure, it kind of like a duplicate. But they also made it so you now display 12 items instead of 6. And they also made it a little easier with the comparison, like what is an item cost. It makes it a little bit easier. Instead of you have a hover it says it's right down below as well. So that's what the marketplace is going to do. So they also introduced a new tome, which is really, really cool in the way of you actually just gaining a buff. The thing is that it takes 5 times longer to fill this than a normal tome. But then when it's filled up, you can actually you grant yourself a buff, and then the buff you can see for 13 hours. You can see an NPC that's gonna be in the what was it again? Let me see. The Venture a World Outpost. So this is an NPC that is just when you spawn into a prime world or whatever, then it will be standing there. So it's not, you don't have to, you know, get, you know, the tome done, then look for the NPC in like some obscure place. It's just gonna be there, but you need the buff to get it. And it's a weekly tome, so you can only get the buff once a week for 13 hours. And then you can get the recipe, and there's also other stuff you can get from it as well. So I really like this idea, because what I when I saw this first, I was like, wow, this actually, can tomes actually give buffs? That would actually be super, super awesome. Not only for like more magic find, for example, but also boost other stats or something like that maybe. But also just boosting, like for example, a tome to find more infinium, for example. There could be infinium a tome. So you can basically once a week, let's say you do this tome, and then you get, it could be for all the materials in the game, right? It doesn't have to be for infinium, but then you would get, let's say, when you mined infinium, you would get 10% more. And you could do this, like it was stacked with Tuesdays, but if you don't have time Tuesday, but the tome can then like be used whatever day you want to, right? So you could use it on a Sunday. If you only have time to play Sunday, for example, let's say 2 weeks, you'll be missing out on 2 Tuesdays, right? And you can just do the tome, and that would be like a mini buff, and you can do it like there, like with that, right? So you can fill up the tome. I don't think it should be 5 times longer than like a other legacy tome to get that mining buff or whatever it be. It could also be to mining speed. It could also to movement speed, whatever. I love the idea of giving tomes actually have more utility instead of just like, for example, repeatable ones. You just like, it's just passively income, and you sort of have to do all the weekly ones and stuff like that. So yeah, that's sort of a kind of a cool thing as well. They are fixing some server crashes with the Gem Forge. They're also preventing maximum weight fish to be carried. And also some resources now is such an ore limit themselves to being collected by nearest 8 playable, making it more consistent with other drops such as loot. So they're making it they're kind of killing off the Ganda trains that we used to have. You can still do the Ganda trains. There's not a problem with that, but they are limiting people a little bit. And I think that is great, because it was also quite overpowered. And yes, some people would be like kind of sad that it's gone, and like, oh my god, I can't get all the materials. I totally get that. It's never great that something gets nerfed, but you can still do it with 8 people, and you can still do the Ganda train. It's just going to be random who 8 people is going to get it, so you won't just like be everybody's basically getting it. And I think that's a good idea, because it shouldn't be super overpowered, something that not everybody, I would say everybody can join the Ganda train, but still, you should be benefiting from also doing something on the solo. So yeah, that's sort of the thing that was basically all. There's some updates to the what's it called? Yeah. Oh, actually, wow. Okay. Yeah. Fix the issue that could cause edit members drop down in Club Worlds to display weird offside if members list had been scrolled down. That is awesome. I wish that would be fixed very long time ago. I have that and it's very great. So I actually didn't report it because I actually did not sure it was an issue. I thought it was a me issue, but I can see that's all the other issues. But also there was some, some fixes to also to fishing a little bit here, like fishing pools and stuff like that. So yeah. And also updated with the fishing dailies, refer them to lasting 3 days instead of 24 hours. So that's pretty awesome as well. I don't know if that lasting means that we'll see that on the PTS server, if they're going to be 24 hours or they're going to be there 3 days when I'm thinking about if they use them. But yeah, this is all down in the description. Not enough talking, let's get on the PTS server. Alright, PTS server time. So this is what the UI is going to look like. We got Pinzo, of course, up here. And basically when you search now, you can see your items. You can see there's now 12 of them. There's only a few items listed because, you know, people just came on the PTS server. But yeah, these are all on the PTS server right now. And you can see 12 items at a time. It's the same thing with your marketplace. I had to see how many it actually is. It's still 18 slots you have. When you unlock all your slots for the marketplace, you got 18. I had to see if they changed that. They didn't put that in the patch notes, so I just wanted to make sure that that was a thing. So when you put an item on the marketplace, you can see there's no other ones. Let me actually put this one up here. Yeah, you can see here there is other, this is actually a pinata, a primal paragon pinata. And this one is 40,000, so you can see there's only one listed. Instead of you hovering over it, you can see that this is all, where it should be at least, and then you can see down the listing price down here. If I want to list it, and I can put this up for, let's say, 100,000. You can see now this is price. It's going to cost me 129 flux to put it for 100,000. So it's not that big of a deal. Let me see if we can get it to 50. Oh, the 50 million. Oh, that's still 60. I had to hit the 50 million. So yeah, the 50 million, 5 million is about 2,000. So let's see. What if I go 4 million? Okay, so the 50 million is the the maximum. You can put things up for 50 million now, so that is the max. So if you have something for 50 million, that's also the cap, basically. So that is pretty awesome indeed. I think it's very huge. I feel like the UI is super huge. I don't know why, but I feel like this side over here is super big for some reason. I don't know why it should be so big, but I guess that's because they're planting so much information over here and it should be looking the same. But I wish that they would put in like more things here. It seems kind of empty for what it is. And again, the tome that you can get, let me show you here. The tome is down here, and you basically can't really see it, but you can see the text down here. When fully charged, produce 13 hours of grave insight, which is going to show you that sometimes found near. Okay, so it's only sometimes. Okay, so you just have to check the shrines, which is basically when you spawn in, you get these things here as well. So that's basically it. What was the last thing we were supposed to look at? Let me just check the patch one more time and I'll see what it is. All right, I figured out what it was. It is, of course, the daily ones. You can see right here. This resets, but let's just buy, it says March 31st. That is tomorrow. So that is there. Let me go ahead and not figure out where the freak it was. Okay, there it is. There it is. All right. All right. So when it, oh yeah. Okay. There. Yep. This order is gonna buy it 3 days. Okay, so it's gonna be there for 3 days. That is awesome. I think that's amazing because 24 hours is not that much. And if you accidentally use one of these, you are actually kind of on the, it would not be too great. So 3 days now, they're gonna expire after accepting it. You can still, just buy them and they won't, disappear. You can just keep them forever if you want to do so. That'll be in your inventory forever. But as soon as you accept them, you will have 3 days to do so. That's actually super amazing. Instead of it actually going away from, you know, for just 24 hours, because if you accept it and, you know, you don't get it at fishing day and stuff like that. So I think 3 days is amazing. Little thing, but still great. Little addition, I would say. But yeah, that's enough for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And mostly just bringing you guys that this, there will of course be some hot fixes and stuff like that. I usually post those on the Discord. That's also linked in the description if you want to check that stuff out. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!